My name is Kaushik Gune. I lead Huma's US business. Huma was founded in 2011 in UK and initially started with remote patient monitoring for rare diseases. Since then, Huma has evolved significantly uh, to start making digital health products, mainly software, to engage with the patients when they are not inside the clinic and support them to manage their health, manage their condition. The second program is for patients going through chronic disease and where we engage the patients through managing their chronic conditions, making sure they are taking the medications, making sure we are taking the vitals and measuring their diseases, all the way to patients who have an acute episode that requires them to, visit a ER or a hospital. They've had a stay in the hospital, whether that's a surgery or an emergency department visit, and now they are back home recovering from their acute event. And Huma has a program for that. So Huma overall has a comprehensive program that meets patients where they are in their journey, whether it's a primary care, chronic care, or an acute care event. And Huma does all of this by connecting the patient with their providers without overburdening the providers. We are super excited about Gen AI. I think the two areas that we see immediate use of Gen AI are more on a productivity side and also a little bit on patient customization side. So on the productivity side, our entire healthcare staff, whether that's Huma, clinicians that are monitoring patients, or our customers who are taking care of, our patients, they are at least 20% understaffed. Everybody's overworked, and a lot of them are burdened with administrative tasks. They all want to reduce that, and they all want to spend more time with their patients, talking with their patients, caring for their patients, understanding their patients and their conditions. And that is where Gen AI can produce tremendous results. We think of ourselves as how can we use Gen AI to make a nurse into a super nurse. So how can we increase productivity not by 10% or 20%, but by 10x, right? 1,000%. That is where we see a lot of use of Gen AI. Initially, we would not use Gen AI in high risk situation like diagnostic or recommending therapy. That will require higher levels of proof, higher levels of clinical studies and regulatory clearances. But areas where we would expect Gen AI to be used sooner is areas where you have documentation, summarization, report creation, insight generation to the physician. Very less, patient facing or making the decision on behalf of you. So we don't see Gen AI as replacing nurses, but make nurses and doctors, but making them more productive by doing certain tasks that otherwise would take really long time. So that's a great use. We see that on our monitoring platform, because if you think what remote patient monitoring has done is all of a sudden it has started monitoring patients at home, and it has brought in data that our providers did not have previously, right? Our providers did not monitor or manage patients outside of the clinic on large scale, but we're doing that right now. And very quickly this data could become too much for these providers. I mean, already it is too much. So how can we use Gen AI to not just do a data dump for our providers, but help pick out the 5 insights or the 3 insights or the two highlights or bullet points that our providers need to know in order to make a good decision, that our providers need to know before they go see the patient. So areas like this are ripe for Gen AI use. The second use is more on the patient side, where we are not less about making a clinical diagnosis to patient, but helping the patient through questions about generic questions about what is a what is hypertension and why is hypertension so important. uh, Helping them through understanding does my insurance cover this, why did I get a bill like this. So there are a lot of non-clinical information that our patients require as they are managing uh, their diseases, and Gen AI can play a big role in doing that. We haven't seen a pushback. I think we have certainly positioned Gen AI as a tool for them to use, um, and also we have positioned them in activities that actually they don't like to do, activities that they are way overqualified, but today's systems require them to do those activities. So from that perspective, they are very open. I think where we have
Sure.
seen less of a pushback, but it's more of a caution, and I think that's a good caution, is to make sure that the approach that we are taking to develop these AI algorithms and tools um, is very sound and very thoughtful. So, what are the data sets that we are using to train our AI model? Are those data sets, diverse enough to, account for the variations in, the situations or the patient population that they may be dealing with? Yeah, I think the biggest challenge for I think the entire AI in healthcare is going to be, cross collaboration between various stakeholders. The reason we are excited about partnering with Google is they bring a level of sophistication and expertise that are best in the world, right? Not just best in healthcare, but just overall best in the world. But we are also looking to make sure that we have the right partnerships with companies like us, play a role. Our customers who are hospitals, primary care clinics, secondary care clinics, specialty clinics. We also are encouraging our customers to participate in this, in helping us build these models and use these models, because the beauty is the more you use it, the more your models get smarter. So it's going to be an interesting time where no longer it is somebody is making a product and then you're giving customers are giving product feedback. Your customers are actually involved in using and developing the algorithm. So it's going to take that aspect to another level. But to do that, you really need to forge partnerships like these. You need to forge communication between us and Google, our customers and us, and so on and so forth. So I think that will to a larger extent determine how quickly and how effectively we can build these AI future. Definitely look out on the Huma website. We will be publishing, our, all of our efforts on the AI on our website. That will be a great kind of resource. Reach out to us if you want to participate in this effort and in this collaboration. We are actively looking for forward thinking, early adopters, advisors, experts to join our efforts in this. Um, and then finally, if you think we can bring AI to you and you can use our technology, again, reach out to us via website, or you can reach out directly to me. This is a the highest priority initiative. We think this will be the next 5-10 years of development. We are in the floppy disk stage of evolution. So it's got the highest buy-in from myself, Dan, who's the founder CEO of our company, and all of our leadership.